No, I'm really just
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to my class. Previously, let me introduce myself. My name is Nuri Wahyu Widayanti. Student identification number K1320054. I'm student in 11 Maret University. In here, I will talk about absolute value. Anybody know about absolute value? Absolute value or modulus is the value of a real number without plus or minus signs. In definition, absolute value of a real number x denoted by x between two vertical lines is defined as absolute value of x equal x if x greater than or equal to 0. And absolute value of x equal minus x if x less than 0. For example, absolute value of x equal x and absolute value of minus 2 equal minus times minus 2 equal 2. From this definition, we can see about absolute value of x greater than or equal to 0 for all x element real. Next, properties of absolute value. The first, absolute value of A times B equal absolute value of A times absolute value of B. Second, absolute value of A divided by B equal absolute value of A divided by absolute value of B. Next, absolute value of A plus B less than or equal to absolute value of A plus absolute value of B. Last, absolute value of A minus B greater than or equal to absolute value of A minus absolute value of B. Example, absolute value of 5 times minus 4 equal absolute value of 5 times absolute value of minus 4. And we can get 5 times 4 equal 20. So, absolute value of 5 times minus 4 equal 20. Absolute value of 3 plus minus 5 less than or equal to absolute value of 3 plus absolute value of 5. After that, 3 plus 5 equal 8. So, absolute value of 3 plus minus 5 less than or equal to 8. Absolute value of minus 5 minus 8 greater than or equal to absolute value of minus 5 minus absolute value of 8. And we can get absolute 5 minus 8 equal minus 3. So, absolute value of minus 5 minus 8 greater than or equal to minus 3. The best way to imagine the absolute value of a number line is thinking of the absolute value as a distance indirect. Absolute value of x is the distance between x and 0. Look at this picture. The distance between 0 and x equal x minus 0 equal x. And the distance of minus x and 0 equal 0 minus minus x equal x. So, from the picture, we can conclude the distance between 0 and x equal the distance minus x and 0. Next, properties of the absolute value inequality. If a greater than 0, then absolute value of x greater than a, then minus a less than x less than a. If absolute value of x less than a, then the distance between the origin and the point must be less than a. In other words, x must be simultaneously less than a and greater than minus a. Like this the picture, point whose distance from 0 is less than a. For absolute value of x greater than x, then x less than minus a or x greater than a. Conversely, if absolute value of x greater than A, then the distance between A and the original must be at least A. This can happen if A greater than A or A less than minus A. These are special cases of the following general statement that apply when A greater than 0. Like this the picture, point whose distance from 0 is greater than A. Example, find set of solution from inequality absolute value of x minus 4 less than 2 and so the solution set on the real line interpret the absolute value as a distance. Okay, for the solution in the form distance, the symbol absolute value of x minus 4 express the distance between x and 4. Therefore, the inequality says that the distance between x and 4 must be less than 2. Absolute value of x minus 4 less than 2, then minus 2 less than 8, minus 4 less than 2. After that, minus 2 plus 4 less than 8 less than 2 plus 4, so that less than 8 less than 6. The graph is shown in the picture. So that solution of is set x with 2 less than 8 less than 6. Next, absolute value of x minus a equal to x minus a if x minus a greater than or equal to 0. This is same as we set x greater than or equal to a. You can see at the picture the distance between a and x equal x minus a. And absolute value of x minus a equal a minus x if x minus a less than 0. This is same as we say x less than a. Look at the picture. The distance between x and a equal a minus x. For a greater than or equal to 0, the symbol root of a is called the main square root of a, which shows the non-negative square root of a. X squared equal absolute value of x squared equals absolute value of x times x equal absolute value of x times absolute value of x equal absolute value of x all squared. So, we can get root of x squared equal absolute value of x. Then, absolute value of x less than absolute value of y if and only if x squared less than y squared. Example, solve the inequality absolute value of 3x plus 1 less than 2 times absolute value of x minus x. Okay, the solution is absolute value of 3x plus 1 less than 2 times absolute value of x minus x. Then absolute value of 3x plus 1 all square less than absolute value of 2x minus 12 all square. 3x plus 1 all square less than 2x minus 12 all square. After that, we calculate and get 9x squared plus 6x plus 1 less than 4x squared minus 40x plus 144, then 5x squared plus 54x minus 43 less than 0. Then we factor so that x plus 13 all times 5x minus 11. Next, x equal minus 13 or x equal 11 over 5. The dividing point for this quadratic inequality are minus 13 and 11 over 5. This point divided the real line into 3 intervals. Minus infinity point minus 3, minus 3 point 11 over 5, and 11 over 5 point infinity. If we examine the test point minus 4, 0 and 3, we find that only the point in interval minus 13, point 11 over 5 satisfy inequality. So the set solution is set x which minus 13 less than x less than 11 over 5. The next is exercise. Find the set solution from absolute value of x plus 1 equal absolute value of 2x minus 3. The answer is absolute value of x plus 1 equal absolute value of 2x minus 3. We will do it by squaring both sides so that x plus 1 all square equals to x minus 3 square. Next, we can calculate and get x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 4x squared minus 12x minus 9. 3x squared minus 14x plus x equals 0. And we get factor is x minus 4 all times 3x minus 2. So the set of solution is x equal 4 or x equal 2 over 3. The next example, find the set of solution from absolute value of 6x minus 3. The answer is absolute value of 6x minus 3 greater than or equal to 9. The first, 6x minus 3 less than or equal to minus 9. So that 6x less than or equal to minus 6 and x less than or equal to minus 1. Second, 6x minus 3 greater than or equal to 9. So that 6x greater than or equal to 12 and x greater than or equal to 2. So the set of solution is x which x less than or equal to minus 1 or x greater than or equal to 2. Okay, I think enough for today. Thanks for your attention. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.